Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another episode review of Kiznaiver, episode 7 to be exact. And you know what? I'm gonna say it right now, man. Like, between this and ReZero, this season for me just is better just because of these two shows alone. I love Kiznaiver. I really do. I think it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, it honestly right now, as it is going on my top, like, maybe 50 at least anime of all time, because I just love the concepts of it and I love the story for it. Now, once again in episode 7, we're actually focusing on Maki again, and you know what, we get more of a, I think, personal feeling of this one. We really do get a lot of emotions from this episode, and it just shows how this show could be what I think is great. It could straddle between both, you know, comedic and also serious at the same time. Now, I had to show the first picture just because I feel so bad for Nico. Like, look at her face there. You feel terrible. The group's meeting about Maki, trying to figure out what are they gonna do. What's the plan of attack here? Maki is so distraught. Now, what they end up actually doing though is they decide to visit her family, and we learn that Ruru, who the girl, you know, the girl that Maki was friends with, had a disease, a kidney disease, that she was gonna die regardless at a certain age, and you know she was always on borrowed time. So eventually she did die. Now, we do then get some kind of flashback scenes with them, you know, meeting up for the first time, where they met up and they've realized that they were both really into manga and stories like that. And they decide, you know what, let's make one together, let's do our work together, and they became really close friends from that. Now, more so after the events of that, we have the group again meeting up once more to figure out, you know, what is the plan of attack here. We need to figure out a way that, you know, we can understand Maki's pain fully and not have it just where, you know, we're bystanders. Because even though they understand the story, they don't understand fully why Maki blames herself so much for, you know, her death, even though apparently she did push her away toward the end of her life. That doesn't mean she killed her. Now, meanwhile, and this is kind of just on the side note here, but we see Sonozaki really contemplating on what Katsuhiro, I'm just gonna say his name's Kachan, because I think I can't pronounce his actual name. She's really reflecting on what Kachan said, and we also learned that she was indeed the reason why the movie editor was even in Maki's face about the movie and all that. So, you know, she's really clearly working things behind the scene, doing things. But we do see a very particular image, and if you look at that, Kachan and Sonozaki are holding hands in what looks like lab coats, and it looks like several of the characters. We're not sure if these are the same characters, of course, as the show. I doubt that, but you could see that they are clearly some type of experiments going on. So that's very interesting. I think that was kind of necessary to put in here to, you know, tell you guys if you ever realized it. Now, meanwhile, our group of friends actually do decide to meet up in front of Maki-san's apartment, and they really want her to be, you know, the friends with one another, and they're willing to do anything with it. Now, after the scene, what we actually have is that Yuta, the, you know, pretty boy guy, he actually meets up with Maki-san by himself and tells Maki, oh, you know, listen, have you actually read the last chapter of this book? Because apparently they broke up, you know, Ruru and Maki broke up their friendship toward the last chapter of the actual manga being done. He goes, did you read the last chapter? And she never did. And, you know, what's funny about that is then she goes with Yuta and they're celebrating on the beach, and she's like, listen, just go in the ocean, okay, if you want to do something silly and stupid, because they were busy playing with fireworks in the rain, so she was already getting kind of annoyed by them. But, you know, they go to the ocean, and she's laughing a little bit, and she's joking, and she's, you know, going, what the hell is wrong with these guys? And then she finally reads the last page, which shows that, you know, Ruru really did not blame her. Like, she in her head thought Ruru cursed her and all that. Ruru did not blame her for, you know, anything, and she understood that, you know, they had to separate because, you know, she really just wanted to say she loved her smile. And I think that was a really nice scene. And what we get at the very end, it was a smile from Maki, but more so, I actually wanted to use this image because I think it was a really nice scene to show that I think Maki has that weight of the world released from her finally. And, you know, one thing she says is that, you know, I don't want to be friends with you guys. I want to be, you know, just Kiznaivers. We are, you know, closer than both friends and lovers. And I think that was a really nice, touching scene. Overall, you know, this episode was fantastic. I mean, this show continues to keep blowing my mind every week that it comes out, and I can't wait to own this. I kid you not, guys and girls. As soon as this becomes available in the States as a Blu-ray DVD combo, whatever it is, or a limited edition or whatever, I will buy this because I just really love this show so much. I can't wait to rewatch it. I might even rewatch it before then. You know, I definitely recommend checking this out if you haven't already. This show is awesome. Really is. And I mean, ReZero is awesome too. It's like really, they're tied with one another being the best of the season, but I don't know, man. Kiznaiver comes close sometimes to beating it. Anyways, guys and girls, that's it for today's review. I hope you guys liked it. As always, please like, comment, share the video, you know, the usual. And I will talk to you later. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.